like my new cans.
Distributor day.
Oh, goodness gracious. Distributors.
I have to buy these in colors. I can't ever buy one in black or dark gray. Because if I leave them laying around, Mrs. BG, there's a spider in the kitchen.
Even with yellow legs?
No, that's why I say I have to buy them in black or gray.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about the wires. I was thinking just the body would be black and have yellow legs. That, hey, you know, in some parts of the world.
So apparently, you model builders out there probably recognize this pain. But if it says Instacure, it's not an Instacure.
No.
So, yeah, this will be today's video. Watching glue dry.
Well, with that being said, I mean...
Hey, luckily I didn't glue my fingers together.
They've been watching, so...
Oh, yes. Awesome.
With you glued your fingers together, you said?
I almost did. Almost did. I used the super thin super glue, the Bob Smith Industries super glue, and it dribbled down inside the distributor and was coming down the wires, and I was watching it get close to my fingers, and I was like, it's going to be a bad day, Curtis.
Oh boy, you don't happen to have that quick Bob Smith either the separator, whatever. I did a video on it right there. I had just purchased. I always thought, I think I should have this stuff around, especially, mostly because I like buying buildups and disassembling them. So I bought it's in a green bottle. It's right there. It's basically the debonder. I think that's what they call
debonder,
it. Yeah. So
we call it here at this house, we call that finger divorcer.
Oh, well, I had to divorce these fingers because I actually glued my fingers together, and I turned the camera on and I go, well, I did it. And I made a whole, let's see if this stuff works. I just bought this stuff. It was crazy. So for that video, anybody who's seen that was for real. That really happened. I didn't do that on purpose. And it was amazing. I put that stuff on and my fingers immediately came apart. And it was really bad. Like, it would have been, if I would have had to do a knife, there would have been some bloodshed. Ooh. To get, it was that type of really bad gluing. And so I was, hold on a second. Do you hear that dinging going on?
No, that's just in your head.
Okay. All right. I mean,
could be the ice cream truck.
Well, as long as you're not hearing it, that means it's not getting recorded. But I get a ding in my cans here, and that's someone, I guess, messaging me going through the computer. Anywho, so that stuff worked real good. Well, but I tried using it to actually debond CA glue on a model, and it didn't work as well. But it works. But it's good to have around. It works good with skin. So,
well, I think that's mainly what it's for, right?
For me, yeah. I mean, I got a huge bottle, lasts me a lifetime. I don't glue my fingers that much. I talk more about it than I do it, but
if you glue your fingers together like this, you're gonna walk around all day, and people will think that everything is just a chef's kiss.
Absolutely. Well, let's kick this off. Let's get this out of the way. So this is BG,
and that's Luka Cee,
and we are
the Model Car Guys
on the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes.
Okay, good. We're done with that. All right,
cool.
All right, now we may commence. All right, today's video, today's show, today's thing, we're going to talk about not building model cars.
That's right. That's right. Yep. We're talking about taking a break from the bench.
Walking away.
Have to. No, this isn't mandatory, but should you have to. And today's episode is brought to you by the letter B.
Does that stand for big boy?
Yeah. Well, it is a big B, isn't it?
It is a big B.
So you know Rick Zink.
I do know Rick. Yeah, yes, so I know Rick.
I just watched his video entry for the small scale group build that's coming up in February. Shameless plug. And he referred to me as a large scale fellow.
Yes, that's a good one, Rick.
Yes, I've always felt like a 1/16 scale guy in a 1/24 scale world.
Oh boy, yeah. And yeah, you definitely, when I'm standing next to you, I feel like I'm 32nd scale. So I guess it goes both ways.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. All right. So
We'll
taking a
go with
break from the
that.
bench.
Taking a
The
break
reason
from the bench.
the reason why we're talking about this is because I've been watching a lot of videos in my playlist, and
Have you watched
and,
any of mine?
of course not.
Okay.
And then
All right.
you
I
ask,
just want to. Okay. So continue on.
all
Just
right,
want to
cool.
make sure.
You can stop listening. Well, anyway,
Let me write.
I can hear our audience asking.
All right. Continue.
All right, are you good now? All right.
I'm good.
The audience is probably asking, BG, why do you have so much free time to be watching videos right now? Well, I'll tell you. It's because I have ruined my back, probably for the last time, I hope. But it was putting up.
Hey, you did
Christmas lights.
you turned 50.
I turned 50, and things are falling off. My lower back, I've been told by the chiropractor, looks like the letter K and not the straight side. So,
Oh boy.
yeah. So
The
sitting at the
letter
bench,
K.
well,
Woo.
sitting at the bench has been very painful.
That sucks.
I can do 20 minutes, and then I have to go do stretches. I've had to lower my chair so I don't lean over too far while I'm looking at things, because apparently this is heavy. It's the hair. So,
I believe it.
so yeah, I've been having to take a lot of time away from the bench, and I've been thinking about, we've had people coming into town, so we've been doing other things around the house, making sure the house is ready for them. As a matter of fact, I don't know.
That's very courteous of you.
Can we do this here? Yeah, there's a bed.
You got the bed set up.
There's a cot in the model room. I don't think Aiden's going to appreciate me coming in here doing videos, but what the funny thing is, that's where when I'm sanding something, that's why I go, blow stuff over there.
Yes, but he's only going to be there at night.
No, he's
going to spend all his time in that room.
Well, I don't know what he is, Gen Z or whatever it is, the people that hide in their room all the time and just do stuff on their phone. I mean, every couple hours, it's like, what's the Wi-Fi password again? It's like, get a job, all capital letters.
That's a good idea. Oh yeah, I like that. Get a job. That's a good password.
So yeah, well, anyway, I've been watching a lot of videos, and a lot of guys are either mentioning that they're coming back to the bench now after being away for a little while, or having to leave for whatever extenuating circumstance. So my thing is, like, I have to step away from the bench now because we're going to lose the hobby room for 2 weeks, starting tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And I'm planning, I have a little go box right here next to me to take, like when we used to do the build nights, right? I would take that out to the dining room area, and I would use that for working on kits. Well, I'm going to have to start this February 1st.
Oh, that's so cool.
I even got, if you allow me.
No, you're not allowed.
Too bad. Shut up. I'll do what I want. Is that what Cartman said? Yeah. So.
Oh, niceness.
I got some aftermarket decals.
Where'd you get those from? Is it?
I got them
IndyCals.
IndyCals. I've used them once in the past. I was disappointed.
I got to do an order from them. There's a lot of decals
I have to order some more stuff from them also. You let me know. Maybe we can combine our order.
That is a good idea. That is a great idea, sir.
And the guy Michael who runs IndyCals is pretty cool. I ordered 2 sets. I followed the John Weber rules of ordering decals. If you buy one, order 2. If you need 1, order 2. And I'm like, okay, that's probably $8.
Oh gosh, that's reasonable. I would order 2.
Yeah.
A lot of your decals cost you, $16,
$18. Yeah.
Yeah. So, good. You can add for me. Thank you. I couldn't have come up with that.
Well, when you glue your fingers together. Oh, thanks. Now we're demonetized.
But it's got an orange trigger. It's a toy from a space movie.
Based on a Mauser broom handle pistol.
Come on, man. You had to say that. Yeah.
Only because I can't remember what it's called in Star Wars. I think it's a D40.
DL44.
DL44. Yeah.
DL44.
I usually take a size 36. So that twist didn't feel good. So I had this little Go box.
Sweet. Yeah, I've seen your Go box. It's brilliant.
And I basically just have it on the bench here all the time. And I just grab this and I'll go sit someplace like at the dining room counter or something like that, and I'll work on a model there.
Yeah.
If I feel like being antisocial, or if I just need to get some styrene under my fingernails.
And keep getting that styrene under your fingernails and keep gluing this styrene to your fingernails. There's a new one. You can have that.
Ladies go and get the styrene on the top of the fingernails, and guys go and get the styrene underneath the fingernails.
Ooh. Ouch. Sorry.
That's what these are for.
Sweet. I have at least 4.
So I've been working.
So back to that Porsche that you're about to do. You say February 1st. What's going on February 1st that you're building that? Is that your small scale? Is that a small scale?
That's a small scale. It's being hosted by both me and Sean over at Scale Model Car Guy channel.
You know what? I tell you what. Can I kind of sort of be in, but me complete the one I started last year? Ask Sean.
I suppose that's all right. Since you started it last year, you should finish it this year. Oh, you could finish it in February.
Oh, okay. I left for a moment. I'm back. That's a possibility.
I almost smacked.
I don't want to start another small scale without, because that Porsche popped into my head for a multitude of reasons. For what I was building it for at the time, the paint job I was going to do, and lately that particular Porsche little race car has been like popping up on like my video feeds. There's someone doing a video on those, or I see a picture. I've been just lately seeing lots of pictures of those cars, and I'm going, I got to get back on that little thing.
Really?
Yeah, I love that little car. It's cool looking. I was really getting into it. But I can't tell you what.
Is that the 907?
907, yeah. Is it? I can't see it. I'm looking right at it. I have it back up in the stash too, but yeah, I think I should get back on it.
Y'all should get up on that, as Pappy would say.
Yeah. But anyways, stepping away from the bench. You're kind of sort of getting forced, but yet you're just moving your bench. You're really not. You're stepping away from that bench.
Stepping away from this bench, but while I was
this bench here,
but most of December I was away from the bench because I couldn't sit here.
Yeah, is it getting any better for you?
It is. As a matter of fact, I went to see a chiropractor twice, and then we found out they weren't in network. That's a whole story. It ended with me going,
That's usually how it does. Most of my medical decisions end with that.
Mm-hmm. So, being a former massage therapist, I knew the stretches and stuff I needed to do, and I just wanted to get an X-ray to find out if something was broken and floating around inside there, kind of a thing. So I was like, "Do I need to order parts? Is there parts available for this? No, okay.
For your back?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find some on eBay.
A new K member or something. But yeah, so we've been doing a lot of stretches and taking it easy, basically. But now I can sit comfortably for a little while here. I'll still have to go do some stretches after sitting here, but I can do about an hour at the bench now before it gets too debilitating.
So you might be able to, after nephew gone, you might be able to get back on it and it be almost back to normal, you think?
Yep. I'm really thinking that this forced leave of absence will give me the extra 2 weeks I need to just get primo. Oh, I glued my fingers together.
Yeah.
To just get back at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes things like, the holidays were kind of nutty around here, as we all probably. So I imagine a lot of people stepped away from the bench, except one guy who spent most of his bench time for the year was our friend Tim Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Was he putting out some videos? He built like 11,000 models. He built all the models from his childhood.
181.
What's that?
A 181.
Yeah, yeah, and so he was having a blast. That's what he spent his Christmas. He was off work and just rocking it. But rest of us, were doing crazy stuff. And I was, I have been kept away from the modeling bench because I've been putting the time I would put into the modeling into this
Casting.
silly resin casting thing. Most of the past month, though, I was spent making molds. That takes a considerable amount of time. Oh, and I got most of the molds done for now. And then I'm back to casting and needing to catch up because that whole time I was not able to produce, which meant I wasn't really making money. So I'm working and not making money. That's a beautiful thing about trying to be in business for yourself is you do a whole lot of work without a paycheck. It's great. Self-employment is awesome.
I think a lot of people work and don't get paid.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah. But yeah, just do YouTube. You want to work and not get paid, do YouTube.
Being a house husband, the pay sucks, but the benefits are awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
You get paid in styrene.
You get paid in styrene?
You get paid in styrene. 2 reasons. One, it costs less. It's tax deductible, apparently. And two, she knows what I'm doing all day long.
Yeah, there you go. Play it safe.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like my buddy Joe at Mad Genius, we were on the phone with him yesterday talking about this, that, and whatever, and he happened to mention that his significant other is a massage therapist, and she charges him.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's just a way to take money out of the account so that you can't go buy more model kits. The thought has occurred to me. Yeah.
So he gets charged. Oh, jeez.
When I was a massage therapist, Mrs. BG, the house rule was that she had to schedule an appointment. There was none of this. Oh, by the way, can you just work on my neck real quick? I'm like, oh yeah, can you just fill my prescription real fast?
Ba-dun-dun.
And I get the.
If you all don't know, Mrs. BG is a pharmacist.
Pharmacist, yes, that's right.
Pharmacist.
She doesn't do any of the cool pharmacy stuff, but she does keep babies alive.
Oh, really? That's cool.
A mother freaking hero, y'all.
Yep, I will give her that. That's definitely for sure.
There's been times when she's come home from work and she's crying, and it's because one of her persons had passed away.
That's not a good one.
No. So.
But she's also like the manager there and keeps everyone in line.
Yeah, she keeps
you in line.
She keeps me in line. Well, that sucks. That doesn't look good. All right, never mind.
Oh, look! You see, I'm not, and there. I'm not doing these things. I can't be at my workbench, so I could be doing some model building right now too, as we're doing a show, which would be really cool to do. I never thought about that. We should build models while we do the show.
Yeah,
but we are the model car guys, right?
Right. Well, I mean, I think somebody may have suggested we do that back in the early days of the show.
That guy.
It was at the staff meeting. It was on the agenda.
And what did Felix say?
Felix was for it. You were the one that took the agenda and was like, "Oh, is this the agenda?" Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
I did do that, didn't I? Yes, I apologize. That was at the meeting for the pilot, right?
Yes.
I'm out of coffee.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm out of coffee also. This is mostly just booze now.
Ah, that's an idea. I don't have any. I got some vitamin. I got one vitamin D pill.
Slow down. Chew your pills.
And
includes personal violence and drug paraphernalia.
Oh, nah, don't have none of that.
Hey, what's that Yarborough kit back there?
Oh, this Yarborough kit, you ask?
Yeah,
this right here. I got that from our buddy Mike Chawla at the last meeting.
Really?
He brought it to me, but it was in a collection.
Well, I noticed it says NPC on it and not Silvino's.
That's right. You'll never see one of these from Silvino's because, they keep popping these out, but I don't think you'll ever see this one because it got retooled into the 76 Laguna, but this is a 73 Laguna, which is actually my favorite.
Well, I like those.
This was a built up, but it's very clean. This could possibly go the way of a resin mold, maybe. I don't know. It's a thought.
You'll have to sand all those decals off if you're going to do that, right?
Nah, I'll just cast it like this.
Okay, so decals included.
Yeah. It's really super clean, and the only thing, the back glass is in there, and it's kind of all schmutzy with the old style glue. But whoever did it, they did it very lightly, so I could probably get this really clean.
Have you ever noticed that old tube glue holds better than super glue over time?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh boy, but lots of times if you pop it in the freezer,
do you have to get it wet first?
No, you don't. Although I never thought about that, but a lot of the kit. Yeah, everything's here. I got the hood, but yeah, I thought he gave it to me for a really super duper price. And I happen to have another one, but the box is actually in better condition than the one I have. I have two of these kits. The other one I have is also built up, and I've had it for honestly 30 years. I bought it 30 years ago for, it was a built up and probably paid $10 for it. But it's in really condition. This one was in really nice condition, and the box is in good condition. And you know me about box art. I am a kit hoarder. I got to put that in because there's.
I saw that video pop up this morning. I was like, "Oh, here we go."
Yeah. Well, I'll have to send you. I stopped comments on a really heated post that was on my Luka Cee Model Car Hobby Headquarters Facebook group. I don't know. I got to ask that poster who did the original poster. That one is like, are you new, dude? Do you not know who I am? Because he was slamming people. I can understand. You can have an opinion about it. There's people that think this is ridiculous and you shouldn't do this. But when you have a heated opinion that you show a little hate, like people like what we do, and there's people that are a heck of a lot worse. I don't want to say worse. He left another group and then brought it to our group, stating that it's ridiculous. People, why would anybody buy cases of the same kit and then show it off on the internet and be all proud of it? And he just despises people like that who hoard kits. And again, that whole thing, these people seem to think that they wreck the hobby. Straight from that Andy guy, he says, "Thank goodness for model hoarders, or there wouldn't be a hobby, there wouldn't be model
if we
companies.
If we all built a model and then didn't buy another one until that one was finished,
yeah, the hobby.
I think all hobby stores would have gone out of business by now. Oh,
they would have gone out of business in the 70s. There would be no hobby shops, and I don't even think there'd be there wouldn't be manufacturers. They wouldn't sell enough. And then the thing about it is what's great about, boy, this went in a different direction, but we'll get it back on track. But I got to say, if it wasn't for maniacs like me who buy multitudes, a whole bunch of Novas right there, one day when, if I build them, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I got them in case I want to. I have a reason for them. But if I don't, and the day that I kick that bucket,
leave this mortal coil.
Yeah, someone else will get an opportunity to own those kits. I got a lot of my kits in my collection come from people that passed on or sold off their collections. They were hoarding them for a while, and now I get to have them. I think we're more stewards of these kits. That we should pass them on, and there's nothing wrong. But and if you have that opinion that we're out of our mind, that's great. But don't get nasty about it and come on a group, especially that it's ran by a guy who is one of those people and does videos about it. So I had to put that video up. Hey, because there was a whole, what ends up happening when you put something like that and you go against the rule of our Facebook group is,
which is being kind.
Be kind and keep things it's supposed to be positive discussions about model cars. If it's not positive, don't post it. Well, he was slightly negative. I should actually remove it, come to think of it. I think I will. And then there was a whole bunch of other people that jumped on board that were saying all this stuff about people like us. And it's like, why are you here then? So I put that up. Just to let you know, the guy who owns this group and who is a YouTuber, this is my video on the subject. And if you don't like it, or just enjoy the group and not spew your hate. That is my soapbox stand speech of the day. Now back to leaving the bench.
So I'm going to be away for 2 weeks.
I ranted, didn't I?
Yeah, it was a bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I do that.
Yeah, well, you're entitled to.
Would you care to rant?
I wouldn't know what to pick right now. Right now, I'll rant about spinal columns.
You have a reason to rant about that.
Mm-hmm.
Those darn spinal columns. They like to give you.
If it wasn't for the rotators if it wasn't for the rotators and the multifities, everything would be just fine.
Right, I knew what you talked about. Technical guy.
Yeah. So.
Body mechanical technical guy that you are.
Did I hear you asking about how my USAC build's going? Why, yes, you did.
I did, through my mind, and you caught it. Excellent.
Yep. So I cut up in the trunk.
Sweet.
Following your technique of being very careful, I wore a cup just in case. And
do you feel safer?
Yes, I have one on right now.
Oh, thank goodness.
Just in case I drop the hobby knife.
Oh, good.
I decided to try and make under trunk bracing.
Nice. Yes, we talked about that.
Yes. There we go.
Nice. If you're going to open up a trunk, that's a must do.
The tape is purely structural.
I like the look. I think you should keep it.
The thing is, though, I'm not 100% happy with it because I had to freehand cut a lot of that. So it's been lots of sanding. Matter of fact, this is like the thing that I've been working on for the last 2 weeks. Is just come here, work on this for about 20 minutes, and then go off and do something else, and then come back and do 20 minutes. So it's been walk away, start again, walk away, start again. I don't have it glued in there, of course. I have it just taped in place. But the thing that got me thinking about adding this piece of styrene in is because of the little lip that we have to put underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was realizing that the hinges should all be, the mounting ports of the hinges should all be on the same plane.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're going to mess up your angle of attack.
Yes, you are 128,000% correct, sir.
Okay, that is not a pie I want to slice from. But I use the same thickness of material to go all the way around. And I'm sorry, this isn't doing the best job here. This is blowing it out. But
no, I can see it a bit.
All right, cool. So I use it all the way around there. And now I've been using the ProTech heater hose that you gave me. The problem is I haven't found a wire perfect to fit in it. I do have this itty bitty crap from Mrs. BG's jewelry making kit.
Mm-hmm.
And that bend in there is way too large. I'm going to have to redo those. But I'm just trying to get the mounting of where the hinge needs to be mounted underneath here.
Nice. While he's real quick, there's the video I did about what he's talking about. No, other way. Yes, good job. Always, yes.
Right, I can't do that anymore. 747 is going to park in my living room. So I was figuring, everything needs to be on the same plane. So let's try and match all that up as best we can. And this heater hose is nice and small. It's a lot smaller than any styrene tube that we
Yeah,
would have
it's the
used in the
best way to
past.
go about it.
So,
Best way.
and
And
I like the fact. I mean, you can just glue or cement or weld whatever you want to that piece of the wire directly to the epoxy. That's what I'm trying to think of. Epoxy the piece of wire directly to the trunk lid. But if you get it wrong,
you mean the tubing?
no. If you I've
Oh,
heard
I see
people
what you're
just
saying.
gluing the wire directly to that to make it as small as possible. But I'm like, you get that wrong,
Yeah.
and it is all done.
Well, and I think I say it in that video. The whole nice point of those tubes is that they slide.
Hmm.
You can adjust your deck lid even after you get it all assembled and everything. You can adjust that deck lid by pushing or pulling, the tube and the wire in and out. And that wire just grabs it, and then it leaves, and the trunk will stay up. The trunk will stay closed. You don't need magnets. You don't need
Yeah,
toothpicks.
right. I was
And
talking to Kissy Boy,
yeah,
Clifton Smith, and he added a magnet underneath his trunk lid because hopefully I'm not spilling any spoilers here, spilling any tea
he's
or
been
whatever.
posting stuff
All
on it,
right,
I'm
cool.
sure,
So yeah, he said he
or
has
he'll
that
let
covered
you
in
know
there.
in the comment.
I got a comment for you. Um, but he said that he put a magnet underneath his in order to keep the trunk lid closed from when people turn the car upside down because he doesn't.
Smart
Apparently,
move. Yeah, because he's just using regular styrene tube.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I did that on the 32, and it made it easier to attach to the car because you can just cement them in place. But oh man, if I got those in the wrong spot, and I did get those in the wrong spot several times, the underside of the underside of the interior pan is just nasty looking. I hid that with a piece of card. I put that in front of it
Yeah.
to hide that
Good.
because wow, was it bad?
Yeah. Well, that's what I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. I lost myself. But yeah, that's the cool thing about and the styrene. You're thinking because of gluing purposes, the styrene because you can get it to bond to the styrene, but that tubing because it's kind of it's a plastic. It's if you're using like Tamiya extra thin to glue it on there, it will bond. Yes, sir, that's the stuff. It will bond to the plastic because you're wanting to put that tube. You're wanting to do that gluing before you paint.
That's why I'm struggling with this right now to get this done.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I can get onto paint.
Yeah, you got to get that hinge all in there, and you will.
Yep. And then
and once you do it after a couple times, it becomes, and then
that's the thing is
and again, you
this
can
will
get
be the third time I've done a trunk lid hinge, right? And this was also the third time I haven't done a normal trunk on a car because of this curve here.
Yeah.
This nice little happy face. The 32 Ford had the wicked curve to the trunk lid. The first one I did it to was a 69 Mustang. The Eleanor kit, the one that looks like Eleanor, but it's not Eleanor.
Oh, the hell not!
Eleanor, yeah.
Back when someone would bust your door in and take the model from you.
Yeah.
That guy.
That guy. And that had a wicked trunk lid angle, which was fine because all on the same plane, but there was literally no space up underneath there to do a lot of the hinge work and stuff. So I struggled with that quite a bit.
Yeah,
and I put it all together and I took it to a show, and then I took it to the Nationals, and Model Car magazine asked to take a photo of it. So I was like, sure, okay, great. So I take it up there and I have it posed, and they're turning it and taking pictures of it and stuff. And then the guy goes, "Does the trunk close?" I'm like, sure, it does, no problem. So I press on the lid and it closes, and it's got a gap that's like a half an inch, like a 16th of an inch. All of a sudden, he goes, "Does it close any better than that?" I'm like, "It used to. I don't know why it's not closing correctly now. It got bent or something."
Yeah, that's a problem with moving parts on models, man.
Yep.
I've had it where it's perfect and everything, and as time goes on, opening and closing, it all of a sudden doesn't work anymore.
Right.
Makes me sad and crying a little about that and stuff, but I'm over it. I actually, let me show you something. This is funny. This is the very first car I ever did that technique. Now, I didn't invent that technique. I'm going to actually say who I got it from. He's not with us anymore, but I've talked about this guy before, and I don't think you ever got the opportunity to meet him. But he is pretty much the grand poobah of the model car building here in Phoenix, and his name was Jim Wood, and he was the one of the big front runners that started the very first long running club in this town, and it was great back in those days. He was the one who showed me this trick, so I did it on this old Grumpy's toy, and it still works pretty good. It's very rough, and I was a hack of a model builder, so I did none of that stuff on the inside and under there. I just cut the trunk off, and I thought it would be cool to just do. There was no reason. There's nothing in the trunk really.
How long ago did you do that?
This was probably 1990, 89, 90.
So that's 30 years almost?
And you can see, and then you can see it's a little off. There, it used to be a lot better, but I don't really want to force it, but you can kind of adjust it because of those. I can get it a little better and get it a little tighter, but it's kind of like it won't open, so you got to kind of pull it. So it's not engineered perfectly. Again, but you see how I can yank that off and then get that. And you can, I don't know if you can see there. Oh, look at that.
The curvature on the hinges look pretty good too.
Yeah, the trick to it too is when you put the time into engineering your hinge thing, and this was all what Jim taught me. You want to try to set up your situation that you're bending both rods at the same time, so you have like twins.
That's a great idea.
I don't think I said that in my video.
No, really, you didn't.
Look at how that's amazing. 30 years and it's still
30 years and it opens and closes better than you do.
You're watching the Luka Cee channel on YouTube. But this was the tubing I used back then. He was the one who said use the heater tube. Back then it was MSE products.
I remember
and
that.
We don't have MSE products. Now we have the great ProTech. Charlie over at ProTech. He has all the stuff that MSE said, and it's better. His stuff is even better than MSE's. There was never anybody who did as good as MSE until Charlie came around. I've done plenty of talk. We talk about ProTech. Oh, that's like one of the biggest questions on the Facebook group is, what do you guys use for spark plug wire? And I know everybody, this is cheap. You can buy a spool of this and all that. It's like, forget it, man. Stop with worrying about that. There you go right there. Best spark plug wire in the business, because it looks real. End of story. You can save a few bucks, but really you get enough in there. You're not going to, and you get all the different colors. And once you got it, it's going to be it depends on how much you do.
Collect them all.
But I don't really like going for bulk or alternative stuff because, it looks good enough, but, I save. Oh, that really sucked. Here he comes.
Wow, I don't know why I had to click on so many windows to open that, but Jesus.
And I went ahead and I started recording immediately so we don't screw this one up.
Okay, good. Yeah, I get a text, folks. The talk is clicking.
I said that before the first one.
Oh, okay. I went to go check and see if there was a link to click on. I'm like, the talk is clicking? Okay.
Yeah, I did that the first one, so yeah, but still,
I was like, was that a vitamin?
Stay on top of it, man. But yeah, sorry about that, folks. I looked up, I saw the time, it said 4 minutes, like a minute ago, and then bam, it shut off on in the middle of my rant.
Isn't that how time flies when we're on the bench?
Exactly.
Like I sat down to work on an engine, and the next thing you know, my kid's going to college, and I didn't even have a kid when I sat down.
Wow, that's a lot to really put in your brain there.
Got some questions?
I would have some questions with that. That's crazy. But to complete what I was saying before, we were rudely cut off by our allotted time. Charlie Protech, that stuff is awesome. I done videos on it. You've done videos on it. And Charlie was so nice. You know, he's been such an appreciative guy because we plug him, so he takes pretty good care of us because of that.
Well, he's got good stuff.
When I first started talking about it, believe me, and I had tons of his stuff. I didn't do it because he gives me this stuff. He gave me stuff because I did it. And I called him up. I wanted to do this video on opening that stuff, and I don't think I had any more of that MSC tubing. And I go, "Your tubing, is it?" You know, and he was like, "Yeah, sure." And he sent me 2 of them, and I gave you that other one. So that's you got
nice.
What you're using is in. We thank Charlie for sending that to us. And yes. I even told him, I says, I'm doing a video that has nothing to do with heater hose. It's for a different use. He's, I don't care. You're plugging my product, man. Thank you.
Got heater hose on both ends of the car now.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
I'm looking through my stash stuff here, and the crazy thing is, I swear I had another roll of that.
Yeah. You'll burn that stuff up doing hinges, I'll tell you. And it is, and it's still great. I use heater hose and stuff like that. Still, it's perfect for doing heater hose when you want to put that little added detail in your models, but it's great for those hinges. So
what I wanted to use it for.
Yeah, so he anyways, but all his product, like what I was saying, everyone, you need to check him out. His stuff is the best assist, and he's a super good guy. Super good guy. I Charlie and I go way back. I actually used to sell his product here in the Southwest, and I had to stop, and that's when our buddy Art Lasky took over for us. And now if you're in the Southwest, you go to a show, you see Art Lasky, he's got Protech. Mm-hmm. He's a Protech dealer, among other things. And Art's a good guy. You know, we had him on the Unpodcast.
I enjoyed that episode.
He's a good friend of this show, isn't he?
He is. I enjoy talking to Art at shows.
Yeah, he's a super guy. So anyways, we're kind of like, you know, I think I'll call this video. Tell me what you think about this. What should we call this episode? We kind of like really went through what our talk was about with stepping away from the bench, and we can hit that some more. But we're kind of just talking about model car stuff. So this could be just model car talk.
It's very original.
Hey, we're spitballing, folks. This is how we do it, man. I mean, we will have our meeting, go, hey, what do you want the next show to be about? And BG usually come up with something brilliant because, you know, what do we say?
Nothing in the noggin.
That's right. I can't come up with stuff. And then my mouth starts going.
Yeah, it's when stuff starts coming out, it's when it's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Can't shut it down. Can't do it.
Can't Stop the Rock. That was a song I used to like when I was a kid.
Can't what?
Can't Stop the Rock.
No, you can't stop the rock. Let's not forget it.
So, being away from the bench.
Being away from the bench.
Okay, so to the viewers who like to comment down below, you guys, when you have to be away from the bench, and it has to be for a period of time more than a couple of days, how do you cope with that?
Cry.
Usually, in the past, when I'm a little worried about this question, but in the past, when somebody would say that they would have to been away from the bench, there was usually a tragedy happening in their family of some kind. And as a matter of fact, my friend Kenny Conklin drove down to Florida and picked up his mom and packed up her house, and because his dad had just passed away.
I heard about this.
And he runs I cannot think of the name of the place now. Hobby Link International.
Really?
And he that's his channel and his stuff, and he had to shut that all down for a couple of weeks in order to go get his mom, bring her back up to where he lives, and then move her into the house, and then rearrange everything he has set up for his filming and his build area and stuff in order to accommodate her.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times we take a break from the bench specifically because things aren't going well, and we have to take a break and walk away. And
which is smart to do.
I fully encourage that. Don't just power through something. You can put it in a box and put it on the shelf if you want to. That's your choice. But sometimes just walking away from the bench and just letting that sit there and stew for a little while, you get the thinking muscles going. And the next thing you know, you'll be like on your way home from work and you're like, oh, I figured it out. I can't wait to get home.
Yeah, engineer up here.
Exactly.
Yes, that's happened many a times. As a matter of fact, that gets me to segue into my USAC build. So, as we say, I haven't had a lot of time on the bench to do model stuff.
Nobody's got time for that. Okay. Moving on.
All right. Anyways, thank you very much for coming. Let's go to Andy's.
I can only do Andy's or Taco Bell today. I can't do both.
That's a tough decision. Andy's or Taco Bell? Can I talk about my USAC build?
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead. While I'm on hold with the cable company anyway, so go right ahead.
Okay, all right, good. So my USAC build, I haven't been able to get onto my bench, as I said. I've been at my bench, but doing stuff for, working with whatever that has to do with the business. I finally, like a couple of nights ago, said, I'm going to sit at the bench. I put on one of my favorite modeling podcasts, the Model Geeks there, Darren Cook and the boys. I like listening to them, or there's a lot of other, whatever. And so I got into the zone of building, and I actually built and worked on my USAC car for probably 2 hours.
Really?
That's a lot for me.
Yeah.
And I was, and I literally stopped because, oh boy, I got to go to bed because I got to get up early in the morning and deal with our program director for the entire day. Whew. And so I had a little issue going on with trying to figure out the rear end configuration of that model. And in the time that I was away from the model, I would think about it, and I engineered something nothing in my noggin, but I was able to get a couple of gears moving, blow the cobwebs away, and I came up with something, and I did it. And there'll be a video soon because I was taking pictures as I was doing it.
Oh, great.
And I figured out my rear end configuration. You like that word? I'm using configuration.
Yeah.
I figured out the whole rear end configuration for this model, and it's like, oh, sweetness.
You big soid.
I am so happy, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Listening to Darren and the rest of the Model Geeks run their mouth about airplanes.
You'll have to send me a link to that.
Oh gosh, those guys are great. They're so funny. And the thing is they talk about model building where there's a lot of information. Again, majority of them of the models building subject is airplanes. Those guys are like, they're all ex-military, I think a couple of them were pilots, and Darren, he worked with ejection seats. So now he's working for Q to, working on the injection seats for Bond's cars. No, actually he went to go work for the company that does that stuff. So
that's going to be a feature in the next Tesla model, isn't it?
Yeah, ejection seat. And Darren is all over that. He's the head engineer. Anyways, but these guys are super knowledgeable about fighter planes, fighter jets, whatever, and that's what they do. But they talk about the same stuff we go through with model car building, going to shows, hoarding models, gluing your fingers together, cutting that styrene. They talk about it all, and they're funny dudes. So
would you like to know why I got out of airplane model building and collecting?
Why?
None of the boxes are the same size.
That's the reason?
Yep.
That's the reason? That's an interesting reason. I can understand.
I was pulling my hair out. I was like, I can stack these. I can stack.
I know for a long time that's what I hated about Tamiya car kits is they annoyed. That's why they're in the closet. I won't.
Might have an entirely different shelf from the domestic kits.
No, you have to. You
Yeah.
have to, or you lose your mind.
Well, it looks like you go to a hobby shop and it's like, okay, here's all the AMT, MPC, Revell
Yeah,
monogram stuff, and you go around the corner and like, here's all the Tamiya stuff. Everything's like stacked really neatly, and
yeah, definitely. Well, I tell you, I gotta see, all of you. You can go to Spotify. You can find the Model Geeks. Check them out. Also, Darren has a great channel, YouTube channel, and he does a car. He's actually really really good model car builder too. He's built
oh,
some
he has a
great stuff.
YouTube channel also.
Oh yeah, he's the Grumpy Scale Modeler.
Oh
Grumpy
wow,
old
okay,
what?
get it right now.
Grumpy old scale modeler. He's got the probably one of the bigger Facebook groups and stuff. Yeah, Darren Cook, our buddy.
Hang on, it's the cable company. Yes, I want to cancel it. Thanks. All right, go ahead.
No, good. My God, that's handled.
Yes. Well, I got stuff to do.
You're out this.
Thanks for entertaining me.
But yeah, yeah, hey, and that's a thing. Be open minded. Check out other channels that aren't model cars. The model plane guys, or there's a lot of guys that do everything. Like Darren, you look at his model planes. He's really he does a great job with weathering them, make them look real, and he was up close and personal to these things, so he kind of does the weathering like the way it really is. They discuss, and you could just they talk about that in one of their episodes.
I just subscribed to him. Oh, he's got a video about that little Iceman trike.
Oh yeah, he was. Oh yeah, you want to talk about a video? That is a really good video. That is a very good video. Wow, this show went all over the place, didn't it?
It's been a while since we've done one, though.
Yeah, this was fun though. I had a good time with it. Might not have to edit a lot, except when I forget people's names and I get all stupid in the skull. But
yeah, stupid in the skull.
So I can not look so stupid in the skull, so I edit.
I'm having a hard time.
But then I give myself up by saying I was stupid in the skull and said stupid stuff.
I'm having a hard time today because this is one of the very few times I've been able to sit at the bench and screw around with stuff. So I'm like, ooh, this is cool. Ooh, what do these do?
Oh, yeah. They cut your fingers apart when you glue them.
That's right.
Ooh.
Oh,
so
I found it. It was sitting right here.
Sweet. There you go. There it is. If you want to know, that is the stuff that we use to make our hinges. Order those from Charlie over there at ProTech. Yeah. Super great stuff.
Part number PTMC number 2.
Yeah. There you go. There you go, guys. You got it.
That's blurry.
And
then, of course, on the back, this is what's really cool about ProTech. On the back, he has instructions, and he talks about drill bit sizes.
That is very helpful. Yes, he has. It's like on his which he makes the best. I don't care what anybody says. His braided line is the best. The best. Everybody. You could talk about all of them, even the ones that are from Europe or wherever, Japan. The best. Did I say that it's the best? You just have to see it.
Yeah.
You have to see it to believe it the way it is. But anyways, his packaging of that has measurements and gauging, and like this particular size is perfect for this scale, and that's using it. If you're using it on 24th, 25th scale, it works for this. If you're using it in 16th scale. So he has all that, and he tells you what fittings to use, what size fittings, what size drill bit. I mean, he definitely, on my packaging, on my stuff, I give you nothing. Nothing. Which I got to change that, because I do got to put something in there to warn people not to screw something up.
Do you remember the producer of like the original TV series of Night Court? There was that guy dressed in a like a security guard outfit. He goes, "Bye, have a good night."
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's your whole business model when it comes to how to use your parts.
Yeah.
Bye, have a good time.
Bye, have a good night. That is the business model for me. Yes. Well, so you can't go to Andy's and Taco Bell. It has to be one or the other today.
Yes.
On account of you're busy. You have a lot of bookings in your day planner. What's going on?
Because Mrs. BG's coming home early today. She's going to be home at 1:30.
And
So
you guys are going to go to Taco Bell.
I haven't got the time on the... Yeah, there's a date.
Well,
it's a good thing we have 2 bathrooms in the house.
Oh boy. Yeah. I haven't done Taco Bell in a long time, but I can forgo it. I'd rather go to Andy's.
Well, let's do that instead.
All right.
Okay, so shall we sign off?
We should. I think this is a show. It was all over the place. We don't know what the hell we were talking about, but I'm sure you guys had a good time, or you didn't. We'll see in the views. Go down in the comments, say whatever you want to say about what we talked about, or talk about something completely different. Don't care. It's all about fun, long as it's about model cars. And don't forget our Facebook group. And what that Facebook group is to communicate to us. You got some ideas. We need them because remember, nothing in the noggin. And we can't come up with the stuff on our own. Look at what happens when we do.
Yes.
So we get some great input from all of you. You guys help us out so much with ideas. This is your show for you guys to whatever. And
that's right. We
want to do your ideas.
We are the banana splits of model cars.
Yes.
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4 bananas make a bunch, and so do many more.
Yes. Oh yeah, I love that. Heck.
La 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 la
la la la la la la la la la la.
Okay, I'm gonna go down a slide now.
Okay. Woo! Gotta love Hanna-Barbera. Anywho.
All right.
Let me get prepared for my exit. I don't get killed this time.
Gonna roll over Felix.
He's watching the strangest cartoons in the other room. Strangest. Weird. Anyway.
Was it about punching people in the breadbasket?
Probably. That's probably where he got it from.
Oh, man. All right, cool. So, signing off. Let's go to Andy's.
Let's do it.
See you there. Here's the producers. Oh, there's a bed in my way.
I didn't make it.
I'm gonna have to move that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check out that link because it'd be really cool to listen to a couple people who actually know what they're talking about on a podcast.
I didn't say they knew what they were talking about. I said that they were funny.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of like us then.
Yeah. No, you'd get a kick out of it.
You and I are actually the Muppets of building.
That's so true. Like those old men, right?
Yeah. Well, the Muppet dance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Boring. Yep.
Yeah.
They got the arms like that.
There was drug use on that set.
Please.
It was the 70s.
Oh, it was.
La 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 la.